Awful. Awful. Salacious, out-of-line commentary by Phil Perry. Wouldn't you agree?
I hope we dumped that. Yeah. Did that make it on the air?
Oh.
I don't think I've ever said posterior.
That
Offensive.
is. I'm offended. I'm offended on Diggs' behalf. Aren't you? Are you offended?
Yeah. He went to Maryland.
Boston sports media.
They're bad. They're nasty.
Always making things up. Thank
Karen.
God Vrabel called him out that day and demanded to know if Phil Perry was trying to bait him into something. You remember that? That happened that day. He said, Phil, you're a smart guy. Are you trying to bait me?
That is a disgusting act.
Yes, disgusting. That's the word that comes to mind when I hear that commentary from Phil Perry, without a doubt. Without a doubt. How dare he launch a personal attack like that one? Awful. State of the Patriots beat, isn't it? Gross. Yuck.
We need a game. We need a game. We need a game badly. Let's get the show on the road. It's been a long offseason.
Spoken like a member of the Patriots media right there.
Speaking like a member of the cartel.
Yep.
Hey, he and Phil are good now, right? Because I heard Phil this morning. He said he actually apologized to Diggs.
As he should.
Yeah, I know. But get in place, Phil. And Diggs said, "No, man, we're good. Smile. Talk to you next week. We're good."
And he did.
What was there to seriously though?
I don't.
And we'll have Phil in here tomorrow. What was there to apologize for?
Well, I think Phil explained it as I'm a guy that doesn't really go after a guy's character. And maybe that was a comment that the player took as, "Hey, you're slighting my character."
Oh, do we think Diggs had a good offseason? Do we think his coaches were pleased with how he conducted himself in the offseason? Do we think, based on the reaction of the head coach of the team, Mike Vrabel, when he snapped out at Phil, now we're being serious, when he snapped out at Phil and wanted to know if Phil was trying to bait him into something, all he was doing was saying, hey, Diggs said he may not be ready for week 1. Is that the case? And it led to like this weird interaction between Phil and Vrabel. Vrabel getting all bent out of shape. My guess is Vrabel didn't know what Diggs had said.
Well, I mean,
and so he was kind of deflecting and going after Phil for no good reason.
Or
and
he didn't understand why.
And
he
Phil
said it.
took that as, well, oh man, this guy's having to clean up things that Diggs is saying in the media. That's kind of a pain in the butt thing to do. That's being a pain in the butt, having your coach have to say, yeah, what? Like, deny what he had said.
Yep.
Coaches never like that when players come out and talk about their status or where they're going to be at in their injury return in the NFL. Zoe mentioned it yesterday. Roman Anthony. Couldn't believe how Roman Anthony just kind of laid it out there. Because in football, you don't do that.
Don't do that.
That's not something you do. In hockey, you don't do that.
Right.
That's not a thing.
Find out. We had an operation. He separated his shoulder. Yeah.
Lower body.
Right.
Upper body.
Right.
They basically describe one half
Jelly
of you
hand.
to try and tell you what the injury was. So I don't understand. I don't understand what the problem is. Do we have to go through this again before we play Diggs from yesterday? Here's what Diggs said when he talked to Diana Rossini. He said, we'll see about week 1. I don't know how I feel about it. We'll see. Coaches aren't too excited. I'm not too excited. I'm just trying to take it day by day, so we'll see. It looks like we just don't know where it's going to go.
That doesn't feel to me like when that happened, and I remember hearing that at that time, I'm like, felt like there's a little the disconnect there. Like, are we not all on the same page here? Because he's looked great. He has looked great in workouts. He's looked great in running routes. You saw the way he shook guys in Minnesota during the team joint practices. He was abusing guys out there. And it's just saying, like, that was like an odd comment because it felt like we're not on the same page. Because everything was trending to week 1 and being great, looking good. He's going to be in the huddle. And it felt to me like those comments at that time felt like the player was maybe feeling some frustration because he wasn't getting cleared the way he wanted to be cleared. That's the way I took that. It's not that, like, hey, he and Vrabel have an issue. No, it's just like, I think he's a guy who wants the ball, wants to play, wants to be cleared. And wants it verbalized out there. And if we're not going to verbalize it out there, I'm going to go and play this little game here with the Diana Rossini, knowing full well that's a national reporter I'm sitting down with, and it's going to have some legs to it. And it got out. Phil and Tom commented about it. Everybody did. Like that was an odd comment at the time. I don't know how I feel about it. Like, everything was feeling great to that point. Now all of a sudden, you don't know how you feel about it. You could see why people would take it that way. He's an interesting guy. It's going to be an interesting year as we go through this with him. Because I do think he's a number one receiver. I think he's your number one.
No, he is this team's number one. Is he a true number one?
This team's number one. Well, I got to go with what we have, and that's it.
I love McCone's takeaway from the press conference yesterday. Your first comment on it was what? Do you remember?
For Vrabel?
No, for Diggs yesterday.
No, I don't remember. What did I say?
He immediately goes, is he really short? That was the takeaway.
No.
You were talking about Mark
I was talking about Wahlberg.
Oh, Mark Wahlberg. I think you're talking about Diggs. You replied to the Diggs thing.
Mark is short, yes.
No.
I was like,
Wahlberg.
Is Wahlberg short?
He's a
little guy.
Yeah.
Oh, little guy.
It looked like Zoe could put him in his back pocket in that picture. That's why I was like,
I'd
man.
say he, Reese, and Sosi traveled together.
Wow. He's a little guy. Diminutive, you're saying.
He's not diminutive. He's more stocky than those guys. Those guys are like...
Well, he's like a workout animal, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he had that schedule.
I was
Remember,
talking
it was like wake up at 3.
I was talking about they had that your whole schedule, like health movies like that. You like that ice bath that early, huh? He's like, oh, yeah, get you going, man. Like, no, thanks.
Did you tell him about The Departed?
I got to pull... No. Oh, no.
I thought you liked Wahlberg in The Departed. I thought that was one of the guys.
I told you Wahlberg. I think
thought
we were going to get best characters in the whole film.
I thought we were going to get more out of him. I wanted more out of him.
Yep.
I didn't think he was a predominant character.
He wasn't then. That's what made him great.
Yeah, it kept you wanting more. Like too much Matt Damon. Yeah. Not enough.
Play the hits.
Right. Fear. Fear was a good movie. I like that one.
It was a good movie.
It was. The thing was badass, man. The roller coaster scene.
Anyway, where were we?
All right.
I just don't get it.
Well,
I don't get what he was so pissed about.
Do you think Vrabel liked that yesterday?
No.
No, because it resurfaced.
No, I don't.
No, you're bringing that up
You're bringing something up from 3 weeks ago?
on game week.
And if you had an issue, why don't you just talk to Phil that day? Or speak and do what you did yesterday 3 weeks ago instead of 3 days before the game. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Here's what I know. When you told us so, that Diggs was at risk of getting cut. Not that he was getting cut. You never said he was getting cut. You said it was on the table, right?
Yeah.
That Diggs getting cut was on the table. Diggs getting cut was on the table. Why? Well, he had the incident in which he was on the boat with the video of the pink substance in a bag. No idea what it was.
Was rehabbing in Florida?
And he wasn't here. And that was part of what you told us at the time, right?
Yeah.
He's not around maybe as much as they would like for him to be around.
The ability to absorb things, even if you're not out there running. Yeah.
Okay. Well, if there's a nice, tidy way to just sort of describe that, that's like, being a diva receiver, pain in the butt. There it is. But you know what? It's worth it every time. What I tell you after that video surfaced, I wouldn't do a damn thing.
Yeah.
I'd say, hey, just don't video it. You do whatever you're doing, but just, hey, keep it off Instagram if you could. That's what we're hoping for. Do whatever you're doing. If he never came to Foxborough in the offseason, I'd say, well, price you pay for having a guy who's this talented. That's just what it is, right? Because that's not disruptive to your team. That's not being a jerk. That's just not doing everything your team wants you to be doing. And I think there's a difference between the two things.
And when he got here, he's been great since he got here.
Great dude once he's here, right? Great teammate, works hard.
Nothing but great stuff.
All right, so it's like, if
that's what they like. Come here, be our team leader, man. You know, like this. The problem at the time, the wide receiver room was in disarray.
And
this is a disaster.
This is where I think
we know how it was structured.
Diggs went wrong yesterday by going from pain in the butt to using a-hole as the two words. And I think those are two very different things.
And maybe he was called that somewhere else. And I think this is too.
Not by Phil Perry and Tommy Curran.
I understand that, but I think him and his experiences with other teams, and he's on his fourth team, that some stuff has happened in other places. And I just vividly remember the stuff with him and Josh Allen on the sidelines. Like, was he called something there in Buffalo? And like this is sort of like a trigger for him. I don't.
There's a difference between being a pain in the butt or posterior and being an a-hole. Even though they're both in the same region, they are not the same things. Being an a-hole will get you cut. Being a pain in the butt and you're a good player and you're a good guy when you're around and you do put in the work when you're here, that's different. That's different. Or when you say something you maybe shouldn't have said, and your coach snaps out and flips out and accuses a reporter of trying to bait him. Well, that's just kind of like an annoying little thing, but that's not the type of thing that leads you to get the boot or leads you to say this guy is not worth the trouble. Those are not the things. But whatever. He's pissed at Phil and Tom. He's pissed at Phil. Phil, disgusting. Absolutely horrible things he said. Horrible.
Phil doesn't carry himself well. He's just not poor dresser. Not neat and tidy.
You want to talk about this? You can. Usage for him. Usage for Diggs.
Yeah.
This first month. He's ready to go.
I think he's going to be really good. I'm excited about it. I am. I think people are going to love him.
I think people already do love him.
I know that, but I think you're going to see it and it's going to hit and he's going to make some plays for you.